Welcome to the continuation of a highly questionable holiday week. Poppy's very excited. He's been asking for time off. This is Mina Kimes, ESPN senior magazine writer. What do you like on the show today, Mina?
We've got trouble in paradise in Foxborough.
Oh, look how happy she's made by that. Look at it, Dale Poppy. Objective journalist. Look at it.
He said the big deal that Tom Brady's trainer was banned from the Patriots team facility.
All right, let's see what you're asking me here. Are you asking me if the most successful franchise in pro football right now, with a quarterback who ages differently than every other quarterback who has come through history, if that team that has also had big public cheating scandals, if they might have a doctor who's not a doctor, who just got kicked off their team plane, the locker room, who is Tom Brady's personal assistant, has been working with Rob Gronkowski and the entire staff. He's got a relationship with Belichick that is now frayed. Belichick has kicked him out of there. Of course, that's a big deal. The most private organization in sports, you don't get this kind of information out of there, and it makes you wonder whether Belichick and Brady have an issue that is much larger than what we're talking about today.
Yeah, Dan's right. This is a big deal because it's about Brady and Belichick. For years, the Patriots have had the best coach and the best quarterback in football, and somehow they haven't had that much drama despite the scandals he mentioned, despite Brady aging, despite the fact we're constantly debating over who's important. They've maintained this quiet equilibrium until now. This is their Jay-Z and Beyonce in the elevator moment. This is a fissure in the seemingly perfect relationship, and we are going to keep talking about it until the Super Bowl.
Mina was saying something interesting on the radio that's worth examining. Is this all over Garoppolo? Like, is there an issue between Kraft and Brady getting Garoppolo out of there because Brady didn't want Garoppolo there, and maybe Belichick was saying, hey, my quarterback's aging. Like, how much of this can we do recklessly and how much can we do responsibly given how private that organization is? I didn't even throw it to her. I just said it. I just threw it to her and I forgot. My bad.
Can I say something to Tom Brady?
Please.
Hey, Tom, you can leave the Patriots, buddy, and come here to Miami. You come here to Miami, you join the Dolphins, and you can bring your trainer with you.
We love those kind of guys. Sketchy doctors. We specialize in sketchy doctors. You'll be at home here.
You'll be at home, Alex Guerrero, a Spanish-speaking trainer, too, fits right in.
Okay, I don't know if this doctor is actually Hispanic, but his name is Guerrero.
Will NFL owners be open to Diddy and Colin Kaepernick buying the Panthers?
Wait a minute, you're serious? This is a serious question you're asking me. Whether that club, boy, those anthem meetings would have been a lot different if Diddy and Kaepernick had been in them when the owners were all panicked. No, these guys don't want Diddy, an entertainer, a mogul, a guy with a totally different sensibility. They want another 80-year-old old guy. That's what they want. They don't want someone like Diddy.
So you don't think the league that wouldn't let Colin Kaepernick sniff a backup job that's now starting TJ Yates at quarterback wouldn't want him as an owner?
Would you like a team
absolutely
instead?
crazy.
Not a job, the whole team.
I don't know if Diddy is a realistic bidder. I do know that the NFL would benefit a great deal from having a black owner, despite the fact that 70% of the players are black. They've never had one. And if you look at everything that's happened over the last year, Bob McNair, the prison inmates comments, everything that's happened over the anthem, you realize they would benefit from a little more diversity at the top.
They would, but the issue with this is you don't know how much this conservative organization wants in the room. They'll take diversity. This kind of diversity, younger diversity, I'm not sure about that. They want fellow people who have commonalities with them, and Diddy is not that.
Does Lane Kiffin deserve another job at the Major Football Power?
Lane Kiffin is the purest kind of impure. He won a bowl game last night by 1,000,000 points. He just signed a 10-year contract. He's reinvented himself at FAU in a very red Boca Raton way. And this is a guy, if you don't care about how it looks, if you don't care about someone who's controversial, who will make your offense better, who will sell tickets because he's going to be someone who's different than all the other coaches and how he behaves publicly, if you want to make a splash, to me, I think this is the best way for Lane Kiffin to make a splash. To win, to be interesting in the press conference, and then to be a guy who's going to fight with every coach in college football because he doesn't care very much what you think of him.
Yeah, I don't know about deserve. I think he will get another shot for a couple of reasons. One, what he's done at FAU is nothing short of remarkable, taking a 3-9 program, turning him to an 11-3 program. His offensive chops are evident, too. As Dan just laid out, he's marketing gold, and that matters in college football because you need a coach who can draw attention and players and recruits and make the media. I mean, we're talking about FAU and the cherry bun tart cherry Boca Raton Bowl right now.
Yes.
My only concern, however, is that when he does end up at a Big Ten school, we're no longer going to get the unnecessary onside kicks and the weird tweets. And what's going to happen to his tan?
Oh, that's true. Oh, my God. If he were to get like the Wisconsin job, he would go from red to pink to pale.
Seems unnatural.
Oh, did you see what he said after the game?
Did you hear our fans at the end of the game? No, you didn't. Did you hear what they were saying?
I didn't hear what you were saying. I heard it. I just heard no.
We want Bama. That's what they were saying. And I was like, no, not so fast. You ain't ready for that yet. So I got no idea about polls. So I don't even know how that process really works. I'm just trying to win a game.
So to be clear, you don't want Bama.
Well, I would love to play Bama. I would. I'd feel sorry for our players, but I'd like it.
Look out, Tricky Nicky. He's coming for you, buddy.
He's
I'm
coming to
telling
get you.
He's coming for you.
I mean, Kiffin loves to say stuff like Saban told me to take my hat off in a meeting. I'm here for Kiffin to the SEC feuding with Saban.
Before the show, he said he likes Kiffin because he doesn't like Tricky Nicky. His exact words, the enemy of my enemy is my friend.
Are you impressed that Derek Cheater further complaints from Marlins fans?
My father is calling him Derek Cheater now. That is the new nickname. My father is mad at Derek Cheater. Cheater doesn't sound like cheater when he says it in his accent. It sounds like
Cheater.
cheater is what he's saying. So he met with fans, what few fans that the Marlins still have, and he answered questions, and he was very charming, but he didn't give any specifics. And no, you should not be impressed that he fielded complaints. He's got to do something about his public relations because Derek Jeter somehow managed a tabloid city, single, never once getting into any kind of controversy with anybody, and he has come down here and he has fallen straight into a fire where you are looking at Derek Jeter's integrity, his dignity, his style, his character, his personality come under the flames, and he's not used to it. He's got to get good at this because he's going to be doing it for a long time down here.
Yeah, I think the fact that he's unwilling to court a little bit of controversy with some honesty is part of his problem here. I mean, he came out last night and said, oh, we have a plan. I just can't tell you what the plan is, which this is not the halfway point of an action movie. You can't do that. I mean, his issue is that he can't be honest about what's happening. The fact that they are deliberately burning it all down, and for years this organization was run like a pawn shop, and not even a nice pawn shop, like a pawn shop that has 2 stars on Yelp. He can't say any of that. Instead, he's saying words like financial reduction and flexibility, which doesn't mean anything, Jeter.
That pawn shop only has 2 stars because of the brothel it has in the back where baseball keeps going to get all its money and its profits as it gets a market price of $1.2 billion for a franchise that everyone's telling us doesn't work.
I gotta say something to this guy, Cheater. You know what I mean? Hey, Cheater, I got news for you. You know, you're a persona non grata in South Florida. You know, we don't want you here in Miami. We'd rather see you in the Big Apple there. You know, you came here like a carpetbagger. You know, you came in, you bought a team, you had no business buying the team because you had no money on it. You bought it because you are the face of Major League Baseball and they gave you a break. You came down here, you stripped the team down, you know, with a big smile in your face. I go to a Hits game and you're right there. I go to a Dolphins game, you're right there. Yeah. You know. I will see you in a Marlins game because I'm not going to a Marlins game until you leave town.
Right.
We don't want you here.
Right.
You know, you gotta leave. The sooner the better.
Well, maybe you'll hear him better this way. What he leaves unstated is he wasn't going to Marlins games before either.
You gotta spoil the fun. Have we all been too optimistic about Joel Embiid and the 76ers?
Well, 76ers is what they're called. And about 3 weeks ago, I said that Joel Embiid is going to be a top 5 basketball player of all time. And so viewed through that prism, them being 14-16 and losing at home last night to the Sacramento Kings makes me look kind of foolish on television. But I got plenty of time for this to work out. And I can point out to you, they're 13-10 when he plays. They're 1-6 when he doesn't play. They're kind of good when he's there, and they stink and don't have anyone who can make a jump shot when he's not. So I refrain from judgment until I've had a few more games to see if Joel Embiid will indeed be one of the top 5 basketball players of all time.
So the Sixers, I think, have been a little bit too optimistic about Joel Embiid. A few days ago, we watched them play the Thunder. Embiid played 49 minutes. They went into triple overtime. He was trash-talking Russell Westbrook. It was awesome. It was one of the few moments of joy I've experienced in 2017. But it was a bad idea. His body is not ready for that, and Joel Embiid's body must be protected at all costs. The Sixers need to think about him in the long term, not focus on winning in the short term right now.
Can we all, though, sort of marinate as this year comes to an end that Mina just said that one of the highlights of her 2017 was a regular season game between the under 500 Sixers and the Thunder that are totally broken?
Also learning this news earlier about Brady and Belichick.
No, she was so happy with that. This has been a big, fun week. Happy New Year, Mina.
Play the game that thinks something might be living in his belly button. Do you question?
You give us topics and events, we question them.
It's a grasshopper. No something. It's a grasshopper.
Do you question if Delhi should have known better?
Dellavedova plays for the Milwaukee Bucks. They beat Cleveland last night by 3. Cleveland had a unanswered 19-point run and still lost the game. LeBron was on the bench when they had the 19-point run. Let's see what Delhi did. Is he getting in the way of a dunk?
Nope.
Oh, yeah, Delhi, you should. Delhi.
Oh, we know where that's going.
Delhi. He's done that to you so many times in practice, Delhi. Delhi, it's why we all laughed at the idea of you being a finals hero. It's because we knew he was doing that to you in practice.
Wow.
That would look like that if Mina or I were trying to do that against LeBron James.
Or any player in the NBA, to give Delhi a little bit of credit.
Yes, that's right. She's right, actually. Anybody would have blocked that. We also would have blocked that shot the way LeBron did.
So speaking on the little guys, I hate that guy.
You hate Delhi?
No, I hate LeBron, the one that got the ball going. And speaking on Delhi, what the hell is that? You know?
Delhi's okay now because he plays in Milwaukee. When he played in Cleveland, he hated Delhi. But now Delhi's beating LeBron, so he's okay with Delhi.
I have so much trouble keeping track of all the people you hate, by the way.
It's a very short list. What's the list, Poppy? What's the list of people you hate?
LeBron. LeBron.
Okay, and there it is. A lot of list. It is.
Do you question if this thief went too far?
Oh, we love thieves around here. We usually have great videos of thieves embarrassing themselves by trying to steal things poorly. But Charlie Villanueva, former NBAer, put on Twitter that his house had been burglarized. So he says, damn, my home in Dallas was just burglarized. Called the cops and still waiting on Dallas PD to make a report. FYI, it's been 2 hours since I called. Hashtag bleep is crazy. I love saying that way on Disney. And then look at what he had stolen. Right here. They stole my toilet.
The whole thing?
The whole thing. And that's problematic. And I'm telling you, like, if I had one thing in the house that I had to save, I'm going with the toilet. Like, if I can't get another one somewhere else, like, you can keep everything else.
Do you think it was Derek Sheeter?
It was Derek Sheeter. Derek Sheeter stole the toilet.
Sheeter.
Take it from me, Charlie. Time to switch to diapers.
I love the first sentence so much better than the second one. Take it from me, Charlie was somehow funnier to me than a lifetime in diapers.
Can't steal diapers. Well, you could steal diapers.
Not from on somebody. It'd be complicated. It'd be hard. From an adult, and from that adult, it'd be hard to steal Charlie Villanueva's diapers while he was wearing them.
Do you question if this makes hockey more interesting?
So we go to Russia.
Yeah!
This one.
We love to go to Russia.
Let's see.
How about hockey in a truck? Would you like some hockey in a truck? What do you think? Yes, come on in.
Get in here.
Welcoming,
all right.
very welcoming our Russian brethren.
This looks
Yeah.
difficult. There's a dog.
Is that a
Love
dog or
dogs.
is that a Russian wolf?
I like the music.
Yeah. Oh, wow.
Oh, and they're
Not a lot
sliding it
of room.
around.
Oh, wow. And now the truck is taking off. Okay.
Okay, all right.
The answer to the question is, does this make
like
hockey
the dog.
more interesting?
And the answer is no. When does the fighting start?
This referee, what did he do with his life that this is where he ended up? Like, I understand. And the driver while I'm at it.
I mean, like, they're not even able to pass or shoot. Nothing is happening. They're just sliding around
That's
the back
right.
of a truck on skates.
It's how we would all look if you gave us skates and ice and a stick. We would just all, like, we'd all look like that.
To be clear, I can't tell the difference between that and a normal hockey game.
Well, at least it wasn't this truck.
What truck?
And a truck.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh, no. That looks catastrophic.
We don't know that it's catastrophic. It's just funny video. That there's a catastrophe there. I mean, you can imagine one. But maybe what we'll do instead is just ignore that there might have been a catastrophe there and just move on to the next funny video.
Do you question if this celebration was warranted?
Look how happy Mina is. She loves that she went to an Ivy League school, that she's a trusted business reporter who's studied journalism. And what we're doing now is seeing if a celebration is warranted. That's what we're doing with her education. Let's see.
We also just talked about a guy having his toilet stolen. Nope.
Oh, yeah, you can't celebrate that. All you did was fall. No,
What?
no, that's ridiculous.
You're celebrating
No,
falling off of the side of your house?
Well, you know what? Yeah, thank you, Poppy, for the sound effects. I'm going to go ahead. That celebration is warranted because if you too fell from a great height and didn't die, you might celebrate as well.
I have seen worse things to celebrate.
You have?
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Let's see
Okay.
here. Yeah.
No, I
Yeah.
know.
Oh!
And. Oh, yay! Yay! Yes. Celebrating total failure.
I mean,
That's what this show is about.
Wait a minute. Total failure might have been that truck video that we showed that we said wasn't catastrophic. It might have been.
You know who wasn't too happy?
Who?
Time to play the game that has absolutely no idea where he is right now. See? Or no?
You tell us what to watch on television tonight. We'll tell you if we're intrigued or not.
On NBC Sports Boston, Heat and Celtics.
Who wants to see a panicked Bogdanovich? A panicked Bogdanovich. All right, here's what we got. Indiana and Boston. Boston was trailing, and they scored 10 points in the last 30 seconds. And look at the end of this game. We got a panicked Bogdanovich situation. Alert!
There is none.
And they get it to Corey Joseph. Now
Pacers are
Bogdanovich.
home up one. And yes, that is not what you can do. Oh, Bogdanovich. What a terrible feeling. Yeah, get the ball. I have no idea what I'm doing. I'm panicked. Oh,
Wow.
oh,
That is
that's going to be hard to sleep at night. Oh, right
Literally,
here.
all you had to do was nothing.
Yes, all you had to do is not that. Anything but that. Sit on the ball. Flatten the ball and just sit on it until they try and take it from you. Would have been better than that. Mina, are you intrigued?
Yes. Did you know that Terry Rozier used to play football? It's like the Jimmy Graham thing, but in reverse.
Oh, wow, that's weird. Mind blown. Poppy, are you intrigued?
Oh, see, I'm very intrigued. But I think that Bogdanovich, he has some money on that game, buddy.
Oh,
Anybody that does that, I'm telling you, anybody that does that.
Wow.
Whoa!
That escalated quickly.
Whoa! I believe this is a little late in the show, the whole Bogdanovich stealing, game-fixing story. Poppy, do you have something to say to Bogdanovich? Would you like to say something to Bogdanovich?
Yeah, I have to apologize to this guy, Bogdanovich, because I don't really have any evidence that he had money on the game, but all you got to do is look at the video.
No.
That's all you got to do.
The proof is right there. The proof is there.
In a field somewhere, M1 Medieval MMA.
I mean, yeah.
Is that a beekeeper mask? No, I'm not. I think the hockey in a truck maybe looks safer than that.
I think I want medieval MMA in a truck now. I think that's what I want. Poppy, are you intrigued?
Oh, see, I'm very intrigued. Listen, the guy that was down, he made a big mistake. He never used that sword. You gotta use the sword
see,
when
that's
you're in
what
a
I'm talking
situation
about.
like
My
that.
father wants to
That's
ban
right.
it.
That's your way out, buddy. That's
Look,
your way out. You got.
Yes.
Look,
yes.
if I go to a field to watch MMA medieval style, I need to see the sword. I don't think that's unreasonable.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No.
What were you thinking about, sex?
No, I was waiting for. Okay, that's all the time we have for today. Thank you for watching.
We'll see you tomorrow. The Poppy Awards are tomorrow. I hope they clipped that from the beginning so you heard the conversation I'm laughing about.
I'm going to show you how it is done, Mina.
Ah! Jeez!